Hi everyone. So with these tutorials, we are going to discuss about CSS Basic and how to create and use external CSS and how to use CSS Color as well. Okay, let's get started. I think I'm going to open our text editor add-on. First of all, if you open add-on, so you will see many windows open, and just close everything and then just make it empty. And what we can do is, so this is the folder, the one empty folder that I already created. And so we can just drag this one into this add-on, and we can have nice tree view here. Then I will create an HTML web page. Let's do it together. So I'm gonna select this folder and right click and new file. And here I'm going to name it index.html. Okay, let me organize this windows a little bit. So I have a web page open, and let's organize it this way. I think this is better. Okay, so in HTML, I'm gonna just type HTML and hit enter, and so you can use this auto-filling feature in Atom. This is really useful. And what about we add one title and one random content here? So I think I'm just gonna type comlab here, and here let's just add content so that we can double check this web page is created correctly. And we can just test this web page right away by using Atom Live Server. So I'm gonna just start the server, and yeah, as you can see the title, and then you can see the text that I put as a content. Yeah. So let's explore with CSS. But then, so we need a certain content, right? So I think I'm just gonna copy and paste a certain random content, and so this is our web page, right? And I found that around here, there are many HTML tags. So I think I'm just going to randomly grab this part. So copy and paste into this. I will try to organize this text in HTML and CSS as well. So yeah, let's just try it together. So this is the web page. So I'm gonna just save it, and now you can see it. So this is just like pure text, right? And let's just organize it with HTML text. So assignment. What about we just use H1 for this? Usually I just create some empty space and you type H1 right away. As soon as I find the suggestion, I hit enter and copy and paste the assignment title, the content here. And I believe this is paragraph. So in this empty area, I put P and hit enter, and I will have this empty space and copy and paste the text into these two open and close text. And so this is a list. What about we use a list tag? And this is ordered list from 1 to 4. Order the list. Yeah, so I double check the suggestion, and this is it. And we need to have list items, li, and 4 of them. Okay, so this, we don't need it. So I'm gonna just copy and paste the text only into this list text. Okay, and we don't need this part. I found another paragraph here. So P, enter, and open the space and copy the text between these two opening and closing text. The same process, let me do it really quickly. Okay, I just saved, and as you can see, with only HTML text, we so style it nicely. Okay, so I think our HTML is ready. So we quickly review how to build our HTML web page. And what about learning about how to use inline CSS? So this is our web page, and so let's see. From the actual website, found that there are more interesting style here. So it's bold here. So what about we make it bold too? So even if you work, okay. So I think this part. Let's try to wrap this one with span. So what I do is just open empty space and put span. So excuse me, without a bracket, just span and hit enter. Now you got the closing tag and just cut and paste. And now we can add a certain style. So let's just try. So here we type style and equal and double quotation mark or just single quotation mark. Yeah, so let me just organize this one so that you guys can see this clearly. So I think I'm gonna just organize this one in this way. So here we can add a lot of styles. What about we try to add certain color just for test? So if you would like to change the color, you just type color. And what about we change it to red? Save. And interestingly, it becomes red. But also you can change the font weight. Let's see, font dash weight colon and bold. Let's save. This is what we wanted, right? So we can make it bold too. We can also add multiple styles as well. So what about we change the color to blue and make the weight bold. So here color and red. And if you want to use multiple styles, you need to use semicolon. So this is one style, color red. Another one is um, font weight. Red. I said blue. So this is how to add a style. We just added the styles to span, but span is not a special one. We can add style to any HTML tag. So let's just cut this one. And what about we just try to use this for our heading, for example. And see, so it's bold and blue. What about we add it to certain paragraph, right? So you see certain pattern. What we do is we select certain tag and add style. So I'm gonna mention it later once again. But what we do is we use a CSS selector. So we select certain HTML tag and okay, I think I'm gonna add one more thing. So we just select HTML any HTML tag and add styles. Let's just try once more and then move on. Maybe in the list. What about we only want to add this style onto this list item, right? Okay, let's bring the style back to our span here. So I think I'm just gonna take out this blue. I'm gonna just only leave a font weight bold here. And I think this is it. Okay, I've just noticed that the font is completely different from the web page we are imitating, right? So I think I'm gonna change the font family. Just for now, I'm gonna use Helvetica. We are gonna learn more about font later on. I think I'm just gonna change this paragraphs of font first. So let's say style first and add font and family. Once again, we are going to learn a lot more about the font, but just for now, let's use Helvetica, one type of Helvetica. As you can see, the font is changed, but we need this to every HTML element we have, right? For example, like this. So we can just copy and paste this style. But as you can see, I'm repeating the process again and again and again. And I don't think this is efficient. It's very cumbersome if you would like to change the font later on. You need to get back to this line and change these one by one, right? So this is not a recommended method. So I think I'm just going to undo. Okay, and save. You can have style in head, type, style, and hit enter. So don't worry about this attribute for now. We can select tag. So I would like to grab paragraph and open curly bracket. So for example, I just want to change the color to gray, and I would like to change the font, okay, and save. So as you can see, we grab the paragraph, this paragraph, this is paragraph 2, this is paragraph, and change the color to gray and change the font family to Helvetica here, right? So this change will be applied on every paragraph tag here, right? So this is very convenient. In a way, this is more systemically organized, right? For example, I liked this web page, but a few days later, I didn't like this gray color. I want to change the color of text to black. So I just changed this gray to black, and everything will be changed at once. However, this is not the best. For example, what about we assume we have multiple web pages? So I'm gonna just duplicate this. Here, this is index page. I think I'm gonna just type index page. So index HTML, and this is it. And for example, I would like to change the color of the text to gray again. And let's get to index HTML page and change to gray. Saved. And so now it's gray, but let's get to another page. For example, page number 1 is black. Page number 2 is also black too. So what I need to do is I need to get page number 1 and change gray, and page number 2 and change gray, right? You need to get every page and change the color again and again. So this is also a very painful process. So we would like to create a nice styling system with only one style file. That's why we encourage you guys to use external sheet. I'm gonna get back to index.html and then start over. So I think I'm gonna just delete this, okay? And let's just delete this too. Okay. I think I'm gonna just take out this one too, just for now. And so we have this CSS in head. So we have this CSS in head, right? But what about we create certain external style sheet and apply the styles to the whole HTML pages we developed? Okay, I just forget one thing. I just want to mention it right now. So this is the right syntax, but this looks a little bit alien. We might want to add a bunch more styles. However, we don't want to write again and again in one line, right? So usually the way we write is looking like this. So this is much more intuitive for us to read, right? I think I'm going to talk about the external sheet. And so this is, once again, so CSS in head. I think I'm gonna just get to preview and we'll right click and new folder and CSS and hit enter. And here I'm gonna right click once again and new file and we'll type style.css. Many people are using floral form, but I just use singular form. It doesn't really matter. And okay, I think I'm gonna organize the window so that we can see two files at the same time. So what you wanna do is we just wanna copy and paste this side, but not including everything, only this. So selector and properties. And this one, so we don't need it anymore. So this is index.html file, and this is a CS file, right? And if you take a look at this web page, so we completely lost the styles, right? What you want to do is, so we need to link these two files. So these two, index.html and CSS, okay? And so the way is using link tag in head. So let's hit enter. This autofilling is really convenient, except for this. So I want to just emphasize that. So this is completely wrong. So please take this one out. So for example, I'm just gonna just like remove everything and then write down the file path. So the folder name first, then style.css, the file name as well. Now this style sheet is linked to this HTML web page with this link tag. So now, as you can see, the style is applied. I'm gonna just quickly show you how convenient this would be. So I think I'm gonna duplicate this web page, index one. No, let's just name it quickly, page one, and for example, duplicate page two, and so there are three web pages, but they are using the same style. Okay, and I think I'm gonna get to page number one. Okay, and I wanna change this one to red. Save, and this is red. And page number two is also changed to red color, and the text in index HTML also the same. The styles in one style sheet are applied to three different HTML pages. So that's why we recommend to use the external style sheet. Okay, I think we don't need these two HTML pages, so I'm going to delete it. Okay, so let's learn more about CSS properties. Okay, this becomes a little bit ugly, so let's make it a little bit nicer. Okay, so the font family. We would like to have only one font for the whole text. So I think it's better idea we just select the body. Once again, this is called selector. And then we can change the property of the body. And the property is font family Helvetica. So I think I'm just going to copy and paste this one into this and save. As you can see, whole text's font family is Helvetica right now. And the paragraph, let's not use red anymore. I kind of liked gray, so I think I'm just going to say gray. I want the font a little bit smaller. So then we can say font. As you can see, there are many autofilling suggestions, so you can definitely explore with this one. And what about 10 pixel? In CSS, you have to specify the unit, so let's not forget to put like the pixel, okay, the unit. And now this becomes a little bit smaller, right? I think this is too small, so what about we slightly increase it, okay? Maybe 12. Okay, I think this seems good. And so the list, I think it would be great if we have certain different color with the list. So I think I'm just gonna grab the ordered list tag. So select ordered list, and I think I'm gonna change the color. What would be great? I think hot pink. Okay, so now the color becomes hot pink. And I'm just gonna leave the size in this way, okay? And what else? So we explored font family, font weight. Okay, oh, let's just grab this and change the font weight. So here is it. So the name is span, so we grab the span and change the font weight bold. Save. And okay, save. It's bold now. However, it's not really visible, so I think I'm gonna just change the color black once again, and it's black. I also found that there's a, let's get to the original web page. I also found this, right? So let's just try this. So software, since we already applied these two styles onto span tag, so we can just use span here. Open and close the tag. And oops, okay, let's see the code and then page. So now, yeah, it's easy, right? Let's explore a little further with the color. We haven't used this background color yet, so why not using it? So here, I think I'm gonna just use background color, and we'll say yellow and save. So right now, this is really well highlighted. Okay, this is it. I want to just summarize what we did. We recommend to use external sheet so that the styles can be applied to multiple HTML web pages. Okay, so I believe we talked about this, and let's explore further with color. I just use this gray, hot pink, and black and yellow. But technically, this is not ideal. It's because of the options of choosing colors are limited. So why don't we try to other color values in CSS? Let's get back to our slide. So here you can see other options here. we have used color named white, light gray, or something like that. If you take a look at this link, you can see many other options. Still, it's useful. It's quite intuitive for us to use, but once again, in terms of the variety of the color, is limited. So, um, what about you try to use the hex color here in the paragraph? We say gray, but with hashtag, we can use the hex code. You can express more various colors with this method. So right now, these two are for red, these two digits are for green, these two digits are for blue. So let's just make this one minimum. So right now, so the whole colors are minimum. So I believe it should be black, right? If I make the blue maximum, and it will be blue, right? And it's less intuitive than the color name value, right? So I believe it would be great if you just utilize this color picker, and if you want to choose a purple color, and I think I'm gonna just browse here, and then I think I'm just gonna copy and paste this one into this, and we have nice purple color here, right? And also we can just directly use RGB value here too. So let's just try to use it. So here in the paragraph, I can just use this RGB color model. In here, you can list three values. The color range is 0 to 255, 255. So right now, in this case, green is maximum. Now you can change the paragraph's color green to green, right? What about we change this color to gray and play with this span. So here the color is black and the background color is yellow. I think I'm gonna change the color to blue. Let's try RGB and 0 to 55 and 0. And right now it's green. So let's change it to blue. And it's blue, right? I think I'm gonna add a little bit of opacity. So here are RGB value and A. Then now you can add opacity, so as a percentage value. So this is maximum, so this will be exactly the same. However, if you decrease it, for example, only 30%, and so it's blue, but you can see through the yellow color underneath because the text has 30% of transparency now. So this is how to utilize RGB and RGBA value. And finally, I would like to talk about the HSL value here. You might be familiar with this HSL mode already. So let me just get back to Photoshop, and I think I'm going to use image and adjustment and hue and saturation. So here, hue, saturation, and lightness, right? So HSL. So HSL mode is exactly the same color value from this Photoshop. So for example, you can change the hue value and saturate. You can decrease the saturation and make it gray scale, or you can make it more vivid, and also you can change the brightness as well. Okay, so let's just use it. Let's put HSL first, and we can learn how it works from this auto-filling. I'm just gonna use angle first, just angle 0, and then the maximum saturation, and then maximum brightness. If you use maximum brightness, as you can see, it becomes white. It's because the brightness is maximum and white. So for the brightness, 50 is good value. Then you will be able to see the color. So now it's red. And let's just change the color 100 degree in angles. So here, right? So you might be confused about this value. This is an angle value in color wheel. So what about we search with color wheel? As you can see, this is a color wheel value. So the angle is quite off. So let's just assume this is 0 degree. And if we provide a 180 angle, so we will get the cyan value. So let's just try. So 180, for example, and now we see cyan value, right? And so let's just try 90, for example, and it's green, right? And we can use 270. Let's see. And yes, purple, as we expected, right? So this is HSL mode. However, it's very tricky to pick a certain color. I suggest using Photoshop. If you found some color is beautiful, just use this color picker and click it. So for example, certain color from this chocolate, right? I see RGB value, but also HSB mode is lightness, but also brightness. So B is HSB is exactly the same as HSL. And you can also see the hex code as well. If I want to use this chocolate color, I would just copy and paste this hex code into this. So with hashtag and hex code and save. And it has the chocolate color I picked, right? And yeah, this is it. But also, I would recommend using some color palette. If we get to colorhex.com, you can find one interesting tab, palette here. And what about we take a look at popular color palette? I'm not sure which color you might like. I think, I'm gonna use this. So for the heading, I think I would like to use this color. Okay, and so heading, so H1. And for the paragraph, I believe this would be good. Order the list. Okay, let's try this. The span, I think I'm gonna use this color. Okay, then now you see this color palette is well applied on your web page. Okay, let's try to use one more palette and finish this tutorial. So we have used this palette, and yeah, I think I want to use this retro. This one is good for heading, I think. So I'm gonna copy and paste the hex code into this H1, and this one could be paragraph. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this one for order the list. It'll be weird, but I think I'm going to just use this one for spans. I'll say just background. And this, I think I'm going to use the same color for paragraph. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and see you later. Bye bye.